Another day, another story. All right. Where do I get these stories from? An oft asked question. Some stories I get it on the net, some I have read here and there, but largely in the course of my surfing through different kinds of news channels and books and things like that, I seem to remember some of these instances which I have heard through different people in seminars that I have attended. I just put two and two together and I draw a message that is close to my heart. Okay, so I have answered one question of a viewer of mine. So let me go ahead and catch you up with the story for today. Okay, so today's story is about so today's story is going to be about live in the moment. Live in the moment. All right. So what is it all about? So what's it all about? There was once a young man. There was once a young man whose job was to collect strawberries from the forest. Okay. He used to stay very close to the forest and he used to venture out into the forest to collect berries. He himself liked to eat those yummy, juicy berries, and he would generally have one or two of them and he would collect the rest and sell them. So, one fine day, like his usual job, when he ventured into the forest, he had not got a single berry. First, usually used to taste them and then pluck them. That was his routine. He still had not gotten any, and in the meanwhile, a tiger approached him with a big roar. He got scared and he started to run like anybody would. All right. He ran for a short distance, and then he reached the end of a tabletop. He was at the edge of a cliff, and now, as he turned around, he could see the tiger just a few feet away, waiting to pounce on him. Waiting to pounce on him. Well, it was a thick forest, and the only way out for him was to climb down the cliff or jump from there. Well, nobody had attempted to jump the cliff. There were vines, vines of from the trees, that were hanging below the cliff. So he was not a great climber, but he somehow made his way a few feet below the cliff. The tiger, which was chasing him till that point of time, it came till the edge of the cliff and started looking at him straight into his eye, and he was looking up straight into the tiger's eye. Okay, he thought if he could hang around for some time, the tiger would lose its patience and it would go away, and then he could climb up to safety. Okay, but he was curious as to where the vines were going or how long could he be hanging on those vines. And as he peered down, it was several hundred feet down to the bottom down, and there too he could see a lot of thorns or what appeared to be thorns from where he was hanging. There were a lot of thorny bushes and steep rock, sharp edge rock from where he was hanging. So he was pretty sure that if he let go, he would fall and at least would injure himself grievously, if not die. But in the midst of all this, when all these thoughts were going on in his mind, he could hear some noise very close. And when he saw, he found two mice. One was black in color and the other was white in color, and they were steadily gnawing on those vines, To his horror, he tried to shoo them away, but they would not go. They would just pause for a moment, take a look at him, and continue their gnawing. The story ends there. Okay. So, what is the story all about? The story has a lot of metaphors. Or should I end the story over there? No, let me complete it. Alright. So when all these thoughts were going on in his mind, he saw a very juicy strawberry on a parallel vine next to his. It was red in color. It was just the right amount of ripeness. Okay, and it was shiny. He knew that these are the kind of berries that he was looking for all morning before he ran into all these dangers. And he immediately managed to put his hand out. He had to stretch a bit himself, pluck a berry, and he tasted the fruit, and he had never tasted such sweet berries. Now the story ends. Now the story ends. All right. So this story has a lot of metaphors, as I said before. Okay. The tiger on top and his situation and the cliff is all about one's past. You can't do anything about that. You can't do anything about that. You can't do anything about that. Okay. The only thing that you can do, if you choose to, is to go into the past, like how the man had to climb up and face the tiger. But you have to face your past at some point of time or the other. You don't have a choice over there at all unless you want to jump down onto the hard rock and thorns below, which by the by represent the future. When you're looking at your future from a far distance, it always seems a bit of a risk, a bit of a danger. But you are at a distance and you don't know for sure how it's all going to turn out, just like the rocks, the thorns, and the thorny bushes. Are you willing to take the chance and let go and jump onto your future? Or are you going to climb up, face your past? Because you can't ask the tiger to go back. Okay? The tiger represents all those pain points that you've had in your life, probably some disappointments that you've had, and what you want to do with it. Are you going to put all that back in your mind, lock it up and throw it somewhere, or do you want to just let them be roaming free around so that if not today, some other tiger, some other point of time is going to torment you? Choice is yours. At the same time, are you going to be perennially in fear that if you jump down, you will be dying or you will be injured grievously and never take that chance at all? Or are you going to take a calculated risk of slowly climbing down one step at a time or a few feet at a time and get as close to your future as possible so that you have a clear idea as to where you're heading? Okay. The vine itself that the guy was hanging on to represents your present, where you're hanging between your past and the future. Alright? The black and mice represent day and night. Whether you want them or not, they are of their own free will and they'll keep doing their job. Yes, you will choose to ignore them, you will try to shoo them away, you will do a lot of things to make sure that time doesn't pass by you, but it will. It will, because you are delaying time, but you can't stop it. You can delay yourself the time by not either climbing up or climbing down, but you cannot stop it. But what you can do is look at what else is available around you, like the strawberry. Okay, even in the most adverse of situations, you can look at something that you are yearning for. Probably that is sweet, probably that's within your reach. How well are you going to react to it? Are you going to ignore it because that is not your immediate concern, or are you still going to savor it because who knows which way are you going to go, up or down, past or future? It's all about living in the moment. Don't give up living in the moment because you are working very hard to either suppress your past or planning for your future. Okay, the past is something that cannot be undone. The past is something that cannot write off. The past is something that you have to confront. It's left to you as to how much you want to confront it. The future is something that you don't know for sure. You can plan for it. You can be careful. You can set yourself goals. You can have backups, but you cannot be 100% sure as to what's going to go on in your future. But the present belongs to you. It's something that is totally under your control. What you want to do it, how you want to play the game in the present depends wholly and solely on you and nobody but you. You want to enjoy the berry or not is left to you. Many people give up living those small moments in life because they are forever in anticipation of that one big celebration or one big event. Yes, there are big events in life, but they are few and far. Okay, they are far between. They are so concerned about something that has been a stinging pain point in their past, and they again give up on their future at times, or they don't try to get out of sad situations many times. Don't be that person. Everybody needs to hang between the past and the future. How you need to hang depends upon each individual. That you are the person who will appreciate the berry, or you are the person who's going to munch on your nails in constant anticipation of a deep fall, or waiting to confront the tiger is up to you. How you make up your mind, how you play it, depends upon how well you will have lived in the moment. You don't know how many minutes, hours, days, weeks, months, and years you have left. Live in the moment. Have fun. Be responsible, but live in the moment. Make best of whatever this world has to offer. Not every situation, not every day, not every hour is going to go the way that you want it to, but still you can make the best use of it. Nobody can stop you from doing that. And I want you to do just that. Live in the moment. Right? Have fun. Take care. I'll see you another day, another time.